What's up, guys? Today we're playing a game called Death's Gambit. Now, this is actually a game published by Adult Swim Games. I believe it's developed by White Rabbit. I just double check, but I do know it's published by Adult Swim Games. And what's interesting about this is it's a bit different than some of the other games that they've published in that it's a more serious in tone, almost like Dark Souls style game. Now, we checked out a game similar to this in terms of the idea with Salt and Sanctuary, if you remember that, where that was a similar idea when it comes to Dark Souls. And this is closer, I would say, to Dark Souls, to be honest. This is closer. And I'm going to talk to you a bit about why and what my thoughts are on the game so far. Now, it's currently going for $19.99. That's before any Steam sales or anything else that appear. It's currently on the PlayStation 4 and on Steam. I don't know if they have any plans to bring it to any other systems either way, but it's certainly a game that would transition well to even like the Switch or the Xbox or anything like that. But I will say, if you don't have access to a PS4, you have access to like a laptop or something, this is a game that I think most people will be able to play on their kind of onboard visuals for their processor and everything, like an integrated graphics and everything. This is not a hard to play game, okay, is what I'll say. It's not a super demanding game when it comes to visuals. So we're kind of just playing through here and I guess kind of just having some fun here. Mildly grinding, I guess, kind of, and getting punched in the face a lot by this guy. It's, like I said, it's not designed to be an easy game. It's a game that it kind of prides itself on killing you a lot. It's not an easy game. It is Dark Souls-like. It's inspired heavily, and there are some weird things to the game that I kind of don't like in terms of what it tries to do and how it tries to be difficult, which we'll go over here in a minute after I get rid of this guy. There we go, okay. So I've noticed a few things with the game so far. Stamina. That green bar there, you use a lot of stamina for things, like a lot. Like even jumping uses some, but like when you roll it, it takes up, especially in the beginning, like half of your stamina bar. So when you're playing this game, okay, and you level up, put points into your endurance right away. Like just start putting it into, like when you level up, you can pick from these different stats and everything. Start putting it into your endurance pretty quick because you need endurance for everything, seriously. And then of course haste also makes so it regenerates faster. But when you level up, you essentially use shards, and you get so many of them from defeating enemies and bosses and everything. And yeah, this has the same idea with bosses where they're very difficult, but when you beat them, it's mostly because you're able to outwit them or just beat them in general. And it's designed to be hard but fair, although I have noticed a few things when it comes to, I guess, quote-unquote being fair. I've noticed that it's almost like the controls are slow on purpose, which I assume that's supposed to be Dark Souls-like. For example, when you're swinging a lot and you run out of stamina, you might realize that I could be rolling right there, but I can't right away. And it almost feels like the controls are slower to make it difficult, if that makes any sense. But I have been having a lot of fun with this game. I will say that. I have been having quite a bit of fun with this game and what it offers. So it's definitely for people who enjoy the Dark Souls type of games. Now we're going to play through a little further here. You do also have abilities. See, when I hit the pause menu, a bunch of stuff pops up. But you also have armor and things that you collect. I actually got to put a new aura on. Let's put... I don't want that. Let's put this one back on. And as you go through, you get tons of items. These are all, of course, boots and everything, which I have some on there. And then we also have items that we can equip, like Dragonberry. And there's a Sunstone. They also have bows. I'm currently using a very large hammer that someone dropped. So you get a lot of drops and everything. I also have Soul Stones, which I guess I could have broken those and we could have leveled up so you can see what that is, which I guess we can still do. A Crystal Bomb, which will work. Let me go ahead and press the lever. We'll get this up. I like the visuals in this game as well. If you've noticed, it kind of has like a pixelated sort of look to it. And that's what I mean when I say it's not super demanding in terms of visuals, and it should work fine on like a laptop, a standard laptop, you know, like a HD 620 visual or whatever they have now, whatever it is now with Intel. Let's talk to this person. Also, you have visitors. Okay, and You're not here for us. No, spring. So it is all 2D, and it has kind of a Metroidvania feel, I would say, where you kind of go through, you fight bosses, you help, I guess, different people with their issues and quests. You find these, which are interesting because these are basically tomes that you find, and they do more damage against the boss, but only for a certain amount of time. I think it gives you like 600 seconds, so it gives about 10 minutes of additional damage that you do to the boss. The bosses are very difficult, as you would expect. They're supposed to be difficult, right? They're supposed to be bosses that you essentially learn and eventually figure out. You get these abilities, which are cool. You actually buy these from, I bought them from a person in town, and you get these as you do damage to enemies. So let's actually work through here. I'm not going to break those soul shards yet. These, okay, yeah. Those just give you advice and everything. And, okay, so I know where I am now. This is interesting because this is actually where I was in the beginning. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is interesting that they have this. This was the owl boss that I fought there. And this actually just brought me back further into the... Okay, so this is, again, Metroidvania style, right? Where it kind of zipped me around here. So it is kind of maze-like. And I've noticed I don't have... Let me see. I kind of noticed I don't really have a map, which was weird. That was something that was odd to me. You do have a horse that you ride around. Let me go up here and we'll go back to the town, and then I'll do a run through against some enemies so you can see how some of the combat is, as I kind of had a little path mapped out at one point for when I was kind of grinding for levels, which I think I'm level 20... What am I right now? Let me double check. I'm level 27 right now. I need 280 to advance in levels. So they have like the shop and everything up here, but let's go left and we'll fight some of these guys. So here's a guy right in front of me. Well, actually, maybe I'll use the hammer against him. So the hammer is very slow, but it does a ton of damage, you see there. These things kind of float around and they will just kind of explode as they go, which we can obviously get out of the way of. And I'm a little stronger right now than you would be when you normally get here. So I am kind of running through some of these guys. I'll actually use an ability on him, a little bleeding technique there, so he takes a lot of damage there through time. And I'm actually getting some good shards. This thing's actually going to fall down, so I got to be careful with that. Ooh, that actually does some pretty good damage. 8 more shards. So you can level up fairly quickly if you kind of grind away. That's something else I noticed. I don't think this game is super long, and that's why you're able to do that so quickly. Because I've noticed that I got to level 27 and it didn't take that long. And I defeated a couple bosses along the way and everything. So I don't think it's a super long game. But it's definitely a game that provides some serious challenge. And I think if you could just roll through the game without dying at all, without any issues against these bosses, you would probably be able to get through the game pretty quickly, I would say. Although there are a lot of talent points. And you usually get a new talent point whenever you defeat a boss. So I'm trying to figure out if these talents basically tell us how many bosses there are. So let's drop down a little further here. And again, we're kind of making a little run through here. So I don't have any bosses to really fight right now. Which would be fun anyway on camera since they're pretty difficult. But I am getting... Oh, what's that? A gilded helm. That's any good. That's the thing. You kind of get them as they drop. I think mine's actually much better than that. Yeah, that's 5 vitality. I'll keep that. Which I definitely need health. So he's going to drop down his little technique where he drops. So I'm actually going to charge and hit him with that. There we go. So 28 shards. So there you go. See, I'm getting close. I have 240 out of 280. Maybe I'll break one of those soul stones and then level up. So you can check that out. So far, it's been pretty good. I have noticed some bugs, which I'm going to show you a video of it here. I recorded this actually. When you die, there are times where you have like these flashback moments. I had this weird flashback moment that it was doing for me, where I was going to, it put me on an island, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to run to either side. So I run right for a while. Like seriously, I kept running. And eventually the screen did this thing where it went red, and then it went to like this fatal error on the PS4, and then it said, memory issue or something, out of memory, can't draw or something in memory. And then it cut out and it closed the game. Luckily, the game auto-saves quite a bit, so I didn't really lose anything, but I was able to basically do that error code over and over again. So whenever you go to that island on the PS4, apparently if you run right and keep running right, it will give you that error code. So I sent it to them on Twitter, and I hope that they take a minute to check it out. and maybe fix it. Let me grab these soul stones, and we'll go ahead and... I'm just going to go ahead and break all of them, and we'll do some leveling. How about that? There we go. So I now have quite a bit. Yeah, so I have 490. So I was thinking about upgrading my endurance again, but I might upgrade my strength because I'm trying to do some more damage. I'm technically uses great swords, so I don't really use daggers or anything, so I don't need, I guess, finesse or anything. So I'm going to stick with either endurance or strength. I'll put it into strength, though, so I can do more damage. And confirm. It does give you, as you level up, you get more health and everything outside of what you pick. But if I picked Vitality, it would have just thrown more into it. So I'm enjoying the game so far. What's that, level 28 now? I'm having a lot of fun with it. You will find yourself grinding because some of the bosses are kind of difficult. You will find yourself kind of wandering around finding new things because it's, again, a Metroidvania style game. So you will find yourself kind of just wandering, which I guess isn't a bad thing because that's kind of the idea of the game, is to kind of spend time and find new stuff and everything. Oh no, there's a whole bunch of guys here. So you will find yourself, like I said, maybe it's because my character's so slow because I'm using the greatsword, because I'm sure that dagger characters are much faster. But I do find myself kind of annoyed at times because I'll swing and then I'll realize I should have done something different, and all I can do is watch my person get destroyed. That just seems to be a normal thing there. But otherwise, I'm having a good time with it. It's pretty fun. So there you go. Here's a boss that's probably going to wreck me because I didn't even get... Oh, no, what? He's definitely going to wreck me. Oh, boy. That's fun. So, yeah, this is good. He's actually... I actually don't even have that many tomes from him, so that's going to be... Oh, okay, got to get out of the way of that. But I do have a hammer. I have a hammer. Ugh. Oh, no. Okay. All right. So I'm not even doing... Oh, my gosh. I'm not even doing much damage. He has a lot of health. Okay. So I think I ran into this guy a bit early. I don't think I was supposed to run into him yet. I'm starting to realize this. So that's good. Yeah, so this is a guy that I'm not having a good time fighting, but... So he has different phases as well at the bottom, which is kind of neat. Well, kind of neat. I should say kind of neat. He's not very fun right now because he's wrecking me, but the phase thing is kind of cool. It tells you where his different phases will come into play. And I guess if I knew him, I'd, I guess, have a better time against him because I have no idea how he controls or anything since this is the first time I've run into him. But, oh man. So this is kind of what I've learned from these type of games. As you play against the bosses, you probably die at least the first time, unless you happen to be overpowered or something. And then you kind of go from there, and you oh, he hit me, man. The bosses do that a lot too. They kind of hit you from even if they technically miss, if you're behind them, they still hit you. I must have him down to phase 3 actually. Wow, I was close. I had him down to like that much health too. But there you go. That was kind of a boss battle, I guess. Look how much it at least gives you shards, which is the interesting thing about the boss battle. As you see, it gave me 321 shards for taking away like almost all of his health. And to be honest, now that I've seen him fight and everything, I could probably go back and at least do better, which might mean that I would win. But I definitely will at least have a better... wow, geez, I have 670 shards now, so I can level up, I guess, twice on that. Which I might throw something into Vitality, since I really haven't in a while. And then Strength again, I guess. And there you go, now I'm level 30. So it was pretty fun. The boss there, I didn't even know that was a boss that I was running into just then. So, you know what, I'll go back, I'll try it again. It was close, and we'll see what I get. But this has been Death's Gambit on the PS4. It's also on Steam on PC, so you can check it out there as well. Pretty fun, very Dark Souls-like, just 2D, Salt Sanctuary maybe even. So check it out, guys. It's $19.99, published by Adult Swim Games. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.